What's up guys? Hope you're doing good. These just arrived from the printer, rather excitingly. These are business cards or loyalty cards for a coffee house and bakery. And you might think, Cavan, are you starting a new business? Are you moving to the cafe industry? What's going on? And no, because these right here, although they look like completely ordinary business/loyalty cards, these are actually my latest trick, which will be a Magician Club exclusive for the King tier, because this is actually a deadly weapon of magic. This is packed with number reveals, card reveals, and a ton of tricks. These are some of the other cards. So as well as the normal business cards, which are still full of tricks, you get this, which is like a sort of misprinted card that is a real sort of impossible souvenir. You can hand this to spectators. It's completely examinable and completely misprinted. And you also get a card reveal business card. So you can change the text from Tea Room into the Queen of Hearts or the Queen of Diamonds. So that's just a quick update of what is happening over on the Magician Club. Really great to see so many people joining. Thank you to all of the members. It's really sort of gaining momentum and picking things up. But if you're looking at these gimmicks and thinking, I want those, but I don't want to have to pay for them, then don't worry, I'm gonna do a giveaway. And the giveaway is super simple. The only thing you have to do to enter is follow the Magician Club on Instagram. That is literally it. Go to themagician.club, which is the same as the URL for the club, and yeah, follow us on Instagram over there, and you are automatically entered into the giveaway to win a pack of these gimmicks. All right, enough of the self-promotion, Cavan. You're such a sellout. Today, we are going to be answering some questions that were left on a community post on YouTube. Of course, on YouTube, the website that I'm currently on. And you asked some really interesting questions, actually. I've not looked at all of them, but what I have seen is there are some interesting topics that I cannot wait to get into. It's been a long time since I've done a Q&A. In fact, I think I once said that when you run out of video ideas, you either do an exciting announcement or a Q&A, which I'm now doing both in one video. So, but Elliot says, I have been having trouble recently with rogue spectators grabbing props. How should this be dealt with? This is an issue that I've certainly faced in the past. I think every magician has, where you've got a spectator who's very, very handsy, very overly enthusiastic, and it's like, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but you're kind of ruining my tricks here. Or maybe they just want to genuinely mess you up on purpose. And if they're that sort of spectator, if it's a sort of confrontational, I don't like that you're sort of fooling me, because some people feel that. Some people feel that magic is sort of attacking their intelligence. You know, it's like something they don't understand and they don't like that, so they confront it. And there are some people that are like that. My advice for those sort of people is sort of play them at their own game. If they want it to be a challenge, then make it a challenge, you know? Sort of change your presentation in the moment and be like, catch me out. But if they are just sort of being too handsy, the best way of dealing with it, quite honestly, is just ask them to stop. Marcus says, are there any really bad performance stories and any really amazing performance stories? Love the videos, by the way, keep going. Thank you. Yes, there are. There are some bad performance stories, certainly. I mean, I've spoken about my first ever magic gig where basically everything went wrong. It was a terrible time. But yeah, I mean, stuff goes wrong. It's just something that happens as magicians. Yeah, I did once spill a drink on someone. That was kind of bad. I don't know, just like in the movement of my trick, I don't even know how it happened. I just sort of knocked a glass and like it all went on this person, like every last drop. They were just soaked, and obviously, you know, I was very, very apologetic. I mean, they sort of laughed it off. They were like, oh no, it's fine, it's fine. They were being, you know, very, very nice about the situation, but I mean, I felt awful because I've literally just covered you in wine. So that's pretty bad. I did have one person, talking of spectators who are trying to mess you up, who literally followed me round the gig, and he was clearly a magician. Like, the stuff that he knew about magic, it was like, okay, you are obviously a magician, or if you're not, you know a hell of a lot about magic. But he wasn't going about it in a nice way. He was just following me around and then telling everyone how I was doing my tricks. And at the time, I must have been about 16, so I was a bit sort of, you know, underconfident, and I just didn't really deal with it very well. I was just like, I don't know what to say, don't hurt me. Looking back, I probably should have been like, look man, you know, I'm only young, I'm just starting out, can you please not try and ruin the magic for everyone? You know, you're just literally telling everyone how it's done. And it's good that you know, well done, but not everyone else wants to know, so sort of keep it to yourself. As far as amazing performance stories goes, I mean, you get some great reactions. You know, you get some people who are just like react wildly, and that's always nice. But I actually had a moment that was a really sort of quiet reaction where they sort of teared up a bit, and it was only just sort of, a card trick that I didn't think was, worthy of an emotional response. And they just sort of said like, no, my granddad used to do magic and I've not seen magic since, and this has sort of reminded me of it, and thank you so much. And they were like shaking my hand, and that was a really nice moment. It was like, oh wow, magic can have such an impact on people. And sometimes you sort of forget that. Obviously the wild reactions are a nice visual reminder, but some people don't react like that, but they still sort of take it in so much and it really affects them. And that was really, really nice. It's a nice reminder that the wild reactions aren't everything. Sometimes it's the quiet ones that actually really mean a lot. So moving on to the next question from Joseph Ball, who says, have you had any periods that you haven't been interested in magic at all and then picked the interest back up? Absolutely. Yeah, there have definitely been times where I've had a sort of lack of energy with magic, and I think that sometimes comes from over-practicing. Sometimes you practice magic hours and hours, day after day after day, week after week, and it just sort of drains you. So I like to take breaks. I'm not the sort of person who is relentlessly, constantly focused on magic. Sometimes I like to go away for a couple of days and just do something else and just forget about magic and put the cards down and put them in a drawer and just do other stuff. Magic is that thing that will always be there, so I'm not scared about leaving it and coming back to it later, because I know that I'll still be interested in it. But yeah, really good question. It's a thing that people really struggle with, especially in 2020. I think that was a real hit for people because you couldn't do any performances. Even if you really wanted to, you just couldn't perform for people. So some people, including myself, went the whole year without doing a performance, which can really sap your energy. Luckily, it meant that we had lots of time to practice, and that was sort of a benefit of it. JV asks, as a magician that you are, what are you pursuing really by studying magic? What is your true objective to dive deep into this art? What is magic for you? That is a huge, huge question. I could make a whole video talking about this. I would say that, I don't even know where to begin. What am I pursuing by studying magic? I'm pursuing the art of being able to give other people entertainment that I don't think other entertainment art forms can, which is that feeling of impossibility, that feeling of sort of returning to a childhood sense of wonder, of not knowing how the world works, and in that moment sort of forgetting some worries, some troubles that they might be having in their life. Magic can really take people out of that into an incredible fantasy world where it seems like in that moment anything is possible. That is really, really nice. And I also, sort of selfishly, I'm doing it for myself. I want to be better at magic. I want to improve at my skill. And all of that is driven, again, by the need to, or the want to entertain people and deliver sort of memorable moments of magic. That is what I'm pursuing. It's a really deep question. There are so many levels to that. What is magic to me? I don't like to get too philosophical about this. I do see it as, an emotion. I think magic is an emotion, and causing that emotion in people is a really nice thing. But magic itself can also cause lots of other emotions. Like I said, some people get, nostalgic. Some people get excited and wild. And it's that sort of scale of wonder and amazement. People experience that in different ways, and that's really nice to see. Thank you for that question. Really nice question. Have you ever felt like quitting YouTube, and what motivates you to keep doing YouTube in your downtimes? This is kind of similar to the quitting magic question, but about YouTube specifically. What motivates me is simply the passion for making videos. I have a real passion for making videos. I want to become more of a filmmaker in the future. I'm already sort of dabbling in that, and if you follow my other channel, Cav, which if you don't, you definitely should. If you like this channel, I have another YouTube channel where I make videos about whatever. And for the past few months, I've been working on a documentary about a really, really interesting creative person. I don't want to give too much away here, but I'll link some stuff down in the description, and that is my sort of passion of making videos. And it's good to make different types of videos as well. So in that sense, I like to vary things up creatively and just keep it interesting for myself, and occasionally work on bigger projects, which I want to do more of in the future. I want to make more documentaries and short films and all that sort of stuff. I'm really, really interested in, because I like that process and I like that production. But when it comes to YouTube, the thing that motivates me, it's loads of things. It's the audience. It's, the love of making videos. Like I say, it's a ton of things, and the enjoyment is the number one, definitely. I think if you're starting YouTube with the intention of it being your career, you're maybe starting for the wrong reasons and you're not going to have much fun doing it. It needs to come from a love of making videos first, and if it turns into a career later, good for you. You're doing something you enjoy for your job. I made a whole video about this a while ago on the Cav channel, so I don't want to repeat myself too much, but yeah, that is sort of what motivates me. It's lots of things. Bastien says, do you follow football? If yes, and even if no, what team do you or your family support? Yes, I do. I apologise to people who aren't this, but we can still be friends. I'm a Manchester United fan. I live quite close to the stadium, actually, Old Trafford. I live in Manchester. What's your favourite genre of music, and are you going to grow your hair longer than shin limbs? I'm planning on getting a haircut. I used to have my hair way longer than this, but I know sometimes it still gets out of control. When it comes to music, I'm a fan of a lot of different music. I'd say my favourite bands at the moment are probably, White Lies are my favourite band. Not many people know about them. They're not hugely popular, but I really, really like White Lies. Tame Impala, Arctic Monkeys, Friendly Fires, that sort of thing. But I think music is really, really helpful for, creatively sort of energizing your mind. Like we were saying about getting bored of magic. Listening to a song, even just something like, completely disconnected to magic, even that can sort of spark something in your brain, I think, and really sort of help you if you feel like you're getting off the creative track. Just go away and listen to some other art forms. Magicians that just get their inspiration from magic, I kind of feel sorry for them because that's a very limited view of the world. If you want to become a more creative magician or person in general, just consume different types of art forms, read books, watch films, listen to music. All of that changes the way you think and hopefully will make you a more creative person. So, next question. Tell us the experience the first time you fell in love with magic. Of course, the first time you perform to a stranger is always a moment that you remember. I know that I was 13 and I was at this sort of country fair where they have, like shows and rides and stalls and stuff like that. And I know that there was like an ambulance. They were bored out of their minds, nothing was happening. I guess there's got to be an ambulance at these things. So they were just sort of waiting around. And I showed them a trick and they were amazed. They really, really enjoyed it. They were like, how old are you? That's incredible. And I just sort of built confidence from there, and I started to go around this show and show more people magic, and I was really getting into it. What do you do for a living? I think a few people ask this. What is your full-time job? Is magic my full-time job? I don't have a full-time job. I'm currently a student at university studying film production, but the way that I make income, obviously I'm living in a flat with my girlfriend, the way that I do pay the rent is through YouTube and through the Magician Club. Mainly, that is my main source of income, that and releasing playing cards. So I think we will leave it there. Those are the questions for this video. Remember, if you want to get the tea room gimmicks, then make sure to join the King tier of the Magician Club. And if you want to get that 235-page magic book in the $5 tier, then make sure to join before January the 1st and pick it up, as well as all the stuff that's on the $5 tier. There's going to be a ton of videos added to there. I'm working on a new series that I'm very excited for. Yeah, the Magician Club, it's great to see it growing. Thanks to all of the members. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below on your way out. That massively helps me out, as always. And if you are new and you made it to this point of the video, stick around on the channel. If you like anything to do with magic, then I'm sure you'll like my channel. So make sure to subscribe. And yeah, we are on the road to 100k. 100k? What am I saying? We're nowhere near 100k. Why did I say that? And well, you know what? We'll go with it. We're on the road to 100k. It's very, very far in the distance, but technically we're making our way slowly there. What is going on? Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.